Weathering the weather with Ed. Sometimes he's cranky, sometimes he's goofy, but he's always got a joke. Before I met him, I said meteorology. Hey, guy, that's not for me. But now I'm weathering the weather with Ed.
All right, I guess we're ready, supposedly. I'd like you to meet Chip Barrett, who looks... Hi, Chip. Chip?
How you doing?
I don't know. Pleasure meeting you again, Chip. Chip and I are identical twins. Except Chip's a little older than I am. This is actually Mark McGuire, the St. Louis Cardinals, and there's a cute... Well, he just disappeared. Was that a winter fox?
Yes.
Snow fox.
I like
here
our
we
snow
have
fox.
Niki Penta, who's very...
Hello.
She has pent-up emotions, which can explain later.
No.
We haven't been on for a while.
Yes.
Could you explain why we haven't been
You
on?
can explain
No,
why.
I
It was
can't.
your
That
problem. It was your.
It was my fault?
I said it was your problem. It was your. You had a problem.
Well, I was looking at my taxes, folks, and decided to have a heart attack.
Is that what did it?
Reason
Ed?
number 999 why you should not do your taxes.
Never do, yeah. No, it took me 30 minutes to figure out what was going on, which was fortunate. Because otherwise, dun, dun, dun. No, and so I was rushed off to Low General.
Why were you humming the wedding march?
That wasn't a wedding march, it was taps. No, but I never sweat so much in my life, even on my first date. No, I had a towel taking the sweat off, and it wasn't enough. You remember? Oh, you weren't there. A little nausea. Pain wasn't too bad. When I
That's
ruptured my quad, it was worse. But fortunately, that could wait.
I could wait.
Yeah, so, oh, the fox is up again. So, the EMTs came and they said, we're going to go to Low General and not Emerson because Low General has a center that your
Cardiac
wife
unit.
runs, right? The trauma?
She's in the trauma department. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And remember her name? Veronica?
Vanessa.
I knew it was a V. She called me Peter when she saw me there. So what's the... Oh, sorry. And no, they did an emergency angioplasty. I almost said appendectomy. That wouldn't do anything.
Not at that point.
And I tell you, the hotel room I was put in after ICU, where the bathroom wasn't big enough to close the door. Jeez, unbelievable.
It's nice. You were comfortable.
It was very comfortable.
Right.
Yeah. Couldn't sleep all night, even with morphine, because they wouldn't shut up at the desk. They didn't want to close the door in case I keeled over.
But they fixed you up.
They fixed me up. They did? Oh.
You're still running, aren't you?
Yeah, then I went over to the cardiac unit. Holy cow, it was like a hotel room. I was the only one breathing.
You were comfortable.
I was very
Yes.
comfortable, yeah, except for the
Great.
guy behind me. Oh, okay.
And now you got some replacement parts. And
Then I got one stent, and if you did it, it would have been a stint. Thank you.
thank you.
And what's that, Mark? McGuire? No, so, and then invited me back 8 days later, and I had, why are we going in and out? 8 days, it makes me dizzy. 8 days later, I had another stent put in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was invited back that evening to the emergency room because I was allergic to the dye the second time. I don't remember going to the Bahamas and getting, I was red as a lobster?
A beet?
With the rash. Delightful. Oh, jeez. Another 36 hours of excitement. Okay, and then you had a little upset.
Yes, I did.
You want to?
No.
Okay, well, there you go. Do you have anything upset about?
No, I'm all set, Ed.
Like Ed, is that my name?
Is it?
Okay, all right. I'll be starting cardiac rehab next week if they don't kill me. Exercise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, things like that. All right.
Well, you never know.
You never know.
You
Okay.
You have made quite a few enemies.
Well, we killed 5 minutes. All right, so next. All right, so you were on last year, right?
Yes. I was invited to your show last year, right about a year ago from now. Yes.
There seems to be a theme. What are you doing a year from now?
Why don't you book me? I'll see if my agent's has
Your
a
agent,
spot.
that Agents of Sin? I remember that. All right, book them. All right, so you want to tell the folks about my Wild Kingdom on the porch?
Had a chance to stop by Ed's house on occasion and noticed that there was some
5,000 birds there.
wild
Yeah.
wild animals hanging around.
A lot of
I think
birds.
it's because you're feeding them.
Could be, and a bunny
Stop
wabbit.
feeding the wildlife.
A bunny wabbit. I got to have excitement somehow.
I almost ran one of those over the other night.
Don't run a bunny wabbit over.
I stopped in the
All
middle
right.
of the road and made sure I didn't run him over.
Was he gray?
No, he's brown.
Well, it's not mine.
I know.
Mine was gray with a little cute tail. Was that Playboy Club? Anyway, let's get to the weather. So it's been one heck of a season, right? It got started late. So how do you feel about this, never getting any sleep?
Well, it's been a challenge.
That challenging, Gray? No. Go ahead.
No, the last month we've had quite an accumulation of snow.
Is that what that white stuff is?
That's
I
what
thought
the
it was lime I had dumped.
That's what the white
Yeah.
stuff is. From just about Thanksgiving up to January 26th, we had about 17.5 inches.
Yeah, well, I remember nothing, really.
And then January 26th through just last night before, we're at another 100 inches to it.
Is that what I was sniffing out there? I thought
Yeah.
I saw something white and I was sniffing it.
So I'll ask the question that was on everybody's minds
What?
a couple months ago.
What?
Is this going to be a snowier than normal winter?
Well, I'm going to do some hindsight. Yes, it's going to be much. By the way, it is colder this year than last year, but nobody says anything because, let's see if we can break the record for February coldness. I know it was colder during the last ice age. I was there.
No,
You believe that, don't you?
Yeah, it's been pretty cold. Very, very cold, actually.
Thank you.
Which
I had as low as 9 below, and I was in the house.
Yeah.
Too cheap to put the heat on.
that's frozen the ground. The frost is down in the ground underneath the pavement.
What? No, the
Anywhere
snow.
from 3 to 4
Are you sure? Because the snow's insulated it.
underneath the pavement, Al.
Al?
I mean,
What the hell?
Ed,
All right, that's it. That's it. Does Mama know about you?
Ed,
Ow!
Ed, underneath the pavement where we've removed the snow from
Yes.
has given the frost a chance to
Heave it in.
penetrate.
All right.
There's a couple of frosties in Methuen that are like speed bumps.
Yeah, that's the
You go airborne?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So you're under budget, right? Right? Because you haven't been charging anything. No, you're a little bit over, right? But the town loves it.
We're a little bit over on budget.
I told you to use hot water. Didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we've
What?
been keeping records at the highway since probably
1840.
85. Well, no.
When did you take over?
Since we've been keeping the records at the highway since about 85.
1885?
No, 1985.
When did you become the chief? Chief?
In 1991.
Ah.
But if you take a look at the years between now and then, we average about 66 inches of snow here in Westford,
Which is more than Boston.
which is more than Boston
Right.
for our location.
I heard that, yeah.
And you know, if you kind of look at it, where we are right now at the 117 inches, since we've been keeping the records down the garage, the snowiest year was 130.
What year was that, pray tell?
That was 1994,
Four?
5 through 96, I think.
Yeah,
Because that was the
that's the record in Boston.
that one's the record. Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be trouble getting there now.
I remember that year.
So
They're crying on TV. They're not getting there.
so you know, we've had that, and actually since then to now,
Yes.
this will be the fourth winter we've had well over 100 inches.
Last year wasn't that much. It was the
Um,
year before that we had a lot, wasn't it?
year before we had a lot.
We didn't have over
2010,
Over
2011,
100 or something.
we only had 24 and a half.
I don't remember that far back.
I think that winter was warm.
Thank you.
I think that was the one I
and
was.
snowless.
Yeah. I thought that was the warm one. I think I
So
went to
the-
the beach on New Year's Eve.
So
What?
you do have
Yeah.
Oh, really?
huge
nice.
variations in the weather.
I didn't. Let me write that down because I didn't know that. No, it was warm and snow. I was cold and hairless. That's what my problem.
Well, you've been that way for years, so
Thank you.
you're welcome.
So, how do they give you the money when you're over budget? Because they have a habit of, give them $1.
Well, what the town will do is we appropriate X amount of dollars for snow removal each year, and then what we do is it needs to be paid for one way or the other. So what we do
Don't look at me.
is if it does go over
Yeah.
our budgets, what they'll do is appropriate money at town meeting
From
to cover
where?
it.
What do they take it? Oh, excuse me. Yes, following up on that. Where do they get it? Don't take it from the schools, for crying out loud, because they got to change the air in the basketball and football.
Well, what the town manager and the finance committee have to
You
do
mean
is
Jody?
Jody Ross, yes.
Yes, Jody Ross.
And the finance committee, the board of selectmen, they'll take a look at budgets and see where we are, and see if there is any, they use the term free cash. Nothing's free, as we know.
Are you kidding me?
But there usually is a certain amount of money put aside for different type of emergencies, if you will.
Such as
Emergency fund.
my emergency surgery. That was a little.
Correct.
I don't remember them paying for that.
And they'll cover the expense of the.
Wasn't that darn nice of them?
We're also taking a look at
Yes.
FEMA.
That's a Federal Emergency Management what,
Correct.
Administration?
Association.
It's
Agency.
an agency. It's never an association with the government.
That's true.
Correct. What we're doing is the state is applying for federal funds to assist the cities and towns.
Well, I'm sure Obama will, our fair president, will certainly write that up as soon as he takes care of Ukraine. Yeah, right.
And that'll help supplement the extra cost for this winter.
Is Bibi Rebozo going to run? Bibi Rebozo. Sorry, Bibi Netanyahu. Is he going to run for mayor? Maybe?
I wouldn't know anything about that.
I think he should. He can really give a speech, eh? As opposed to, thank you. All right, from the Egyptian ambassador, there's no comment. All right, but you have any other things to add to this? Because I know you, Mr. McGuire, you're going to, you still with the Cardinals or you with the Giants now? I don't know. You look like a Cardinal.
Look like a cardinal? Okay.
I don't look like a rabbi. Look like a bald, oh, okay. All right, so do you have any questions of our Highness here? That don't slouch.
No.
Put the foot down. So. Jeez, your feet
No,
are.
I'm
No?
good.
Well, thank
I'm good.
you.
Thank you, though.
See, I don't need you then. All right. We have a few.
I just can't think of any questions.
What? We have a few topics here. We have how climate change will alter New York City's skyline.
Mm-hmm.
Picture of me swimming. No. And then we have should California. This is religious. Should Californians resurrect? Very religious. A plan to piping. I thought it was poping water from Alaska.
You're getting a little too religious there.
I say you're getting a little crazy. And then the famous slip sliding away. Wasn't that a song by Simon and Garfunkel?
Probably.
Slip sliding. And it's called the Outer Banks. We knew you at one time. That's off the Carolinas. Won't be anyway. It's gonna be. Then we have, here's another one. Taps start. They almost played that for me.
Just about, yes.
So thank you. And you went, darn. All right. Taps start to run dry in Brazil's largest city, which is São Paulo. So which one should we cover? Let's ask the audience. There's no one here. So which
Well,
one
let's
would
start
you?
with the Outer Banks in New York City.
They're two different things.
Well.
All right. You want to go from New York City?
Sure, we'll start with New York City and then go to Outer Banks.
You don't have to yell at me.
I'm not yelling.
I'm just going to start with New York City. You want to read anything, sir?
No, go ahead.
Well, that's not the right. All right, last week. Here we go. All right, last week, the New York. By the way, where am I from?
New York City.
New York City. That's right. Last week, the New York City panel on climate change released a new report detailing yes, sir, detailing how. Here, go ahead. I think they fixed me there. I don't know.
Detailing exactly how climate scientists expect New York City to change over the next 100 years.
Want to look up occasionally? Get a little eye contact with our audience on YouTube or whatever.
Focusing on projected increases in temperature and sea level. Sea level rise will certainly transform the shape of the city's coastline.
I'll go along with that.
Sure.
Coney Island won't be Coney Island.
No, it'll be Gone Island.
It'll be Gone Island. Very good.
But
See,
Manhattan's
she's quick.
edges are basically a man-made pile of garbage already.
For instance, LaGuardia Airport is really garbage.
They can go ahead and disintegrate.
We shouldn't say that today after a plane crashed into the fence.
Whoops.
A little snow on the runway.
Yeah, he forgot where his parking spot was.
Excuse me. I think isn't that bound to happen if you keep an airport open with snow on the runway and a plane comes in?
Sometimes.
They got it.
Yeah.
All right.
They can't really put snow tires on them.
Could you please? Thank you. How about chains?
What climate will really change is the true shape of New York, its iconic skyline, and the buildings in it.
Iconic? We don't
Iconic.
curse on this show.
New York has a head start on adapting its buildings to its flooded future. In the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, the city made zoning changes to support elevating homes and mandated that new construction and substantial alterations meet the newest flood
Can I
norms.
just say I hope the New York Knickerbockers are down low when the water comes in?
They're doing almost as well as the
12
Celtics.
and 48, my God.
They're doing almost
They're
as
gonna
well as the
sign me.
Celtics.
Are they?
Yeah. I'm going to do the intentional foul.
We have those new parts.
Yeah, that's right. He can move now. Look out.
But those changes won't be nearly enough.
Thank you.
Last week's report estimates that average annual rainfall in New York City will increase between 5 and 13% by the 2080s.
I better write that down because I'll only be 140.
Sea levels could be as high as 6 feet by 2100, doubling the area of the city currently at risk for severe flooding.
Did that take Madison? Did that take City Field too? Probably would. It's on Long Island. Darn.
Which would again become no island.
Thank you.
And that's without taking into account results published this week in Nature that found coastal sea level north of New York City had jumped temporarily by more than 5 inches between 2009 and
Why
2010.
temporarily? Somebody didn't.
An extreme, unprecedented event scientists partially blame on climate change.
What?
I don't know.
Do you understand that?
Oh, yes.
What? Wise guy. What was the event? Somebody didn't fix a leak? All right, go ahead. Wyatt in the control room. Go ahead.
That means that New Yorkers will first have to radically reinterpret how they use their basements and ground floors.
I was thinking of putting hockey in there.
In the winter, you can.
Yeah.
In the summer, you can set it up as a swimming pool.
Okay, continue.
Building owners in flood zones will be responsible for raising habitable spaces up.
Habitable?
Habitable.
Thank you. She's an English major. Go ahead.
Just has New Jersey.
He-
The city's Office of Recovery plans to keep ground floors at least 2 feet above projected sea level.
Which keeps changing.
One way to do that, abandon all pretense of actually living on the ground floor.
That's what I always say. Not to mention the basement. I said,
That means
You
losing
said
those
that, yeah.
apartments, moving equipment like boilers to higher floors, and most of all, making sure residents have some place to go.
yeah, like outside with a boat.
Yes,
Yeah.
or kayak.
And go to Nyack. Go ahead.
Buildings will also have to adapt to rising temperatures. New York is going to get much hotter, with average temperatures increasing as much as 8.8 degrees Fahrenheit by the 2080s.
Whoa, that is hot.
And the number of heat waves per year will likely triple from 2 to 6. The city's report emphasizes programs like NYC Cool Roofs, which will coat buildings with reflective paint to keep them cooler. New York City already has strict regulations for providing heating to housing, and thank goodness with this winter being what it is.
It is what it is, isn't it? I've always said it is what it is. A little nippy.
much all we
It's
can say
snowing here
now.
today. Good for them. All right. You got it? Anything
Back
else?
to that garbage pile of a shoreline.
What? What are you talking about?
It'll see massive changes too, of course. The city's report calls for protections that will change the silhouette of New York City's ports and beaches, adding 4.15 million cubic yards of sand to Staten Island and city beaches. That's almost 140,000 dumpsters full.
You right? You want to verify that?
Sounds that way.
All right, good.
And upgrading flood protection systems in the Lower East Side, Red Hook, and other vulnerable
Not
areas.
Red Hook, it's a section of Brooklyn, I believe.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you wouldn't.
In the end, though,
Yes.
each of these adjustments is just a Band-Aid.
I hate when they mention to me in the end and look at me. You're a little late with that.
That's supposed to be capitalized.
I don't care. I
It's
didn't
new
write it.
construction that will change the city most prominently, including a massive U-shaped buttress designed by architect Bjark Ingels
Oh,
that will
sorry,
wrap
you sure?
around the lower
What's
tip
his
of
name?
Manhattan.
Probably
Bjark.
Bjorn, not Bjork.
No, Bjark.
He's Bjorn?
B-J-A-R-K-E.
Thank
Bjark.
you. Well, he couldn't spell it. Begone. Go ahead.
That will wrap around the lower tip of Manhattan to protect it from the rising tides.
Wrap around?
Yeah.
Sounds like saran wrap.
Soon,
Oh, I should say plastic wrap, right? I'm sorry.
Soon, building insurance rates, currently based on FEMA's 100-year and 500-year flood insurance rate maps, or FIRMs,
Where the heck are they getting 500 years?
will incorporate sea level rise analysis, increasing the cost of new construction in flood zones.
Thank you.
According to Andrew Martin, a spokesperson at FEMA, pilot studies in San Francisco, Puerto Rico, and 2 Florida counties are already looking to incorporate sea level rise
remember,
into
remember
the FIRMs.
we did Miami, which is already going under?
Yep. New York won't be far behind. Don't expect New York City to transform itself quickly. The
Nope.
city's report is full of vague directives and almost barren, strict deadlines.
Oh, no.
However, even with a new coastline and new skyline, New York will always be New York.
Whatever that means. You can't argue with that. Same zip code or a smaller one? Okay.
Probably smaller.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you. All right. We're going to do a little taps. Don't play. You want to read this? Because
No, go ahead.
don't go ahead. Hey, anybody in the control room want to read this? George, you want to come out here and read this? Come on, George. All right, we got a gentleman coming out.
I got a special guest.
All right, let's give my hand. All right, hey. I get up and I'm wired. All right, this is George.
George,
Hi.
nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Hi, George. How you doing?
Hi,
Listen.
nice to meet you.
Here.
Oh, it's my show, by the way.
Get right here. Get right here.
All right, so who's going to read
Mic,
this?
Here's a mic.
Thank you.
Here's a mic. You want to read that?
Sure.
Go ahead. Here we go. It's-
Okay. Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Oh, Sao Paulo, but
oh,
that's
Sao
good
Paulo,
enough.
Brazil.
South Pole's good enough anyway.
And with the Amazon and other mighty rivers, an array of huge dams, and 1/8 of the world's fresh water. Brazil is sometimes called the Salvia Arabia of water, so rich in the converted resource that some liken it to living above a sea of oil. But in Brazil's largest and wealthiest city, a more dystopian situation is unfolding. The taps are starting to run dry. Southeast Brazil grapples with its worst drought in nearly a century, a problem worsened by populated rivers, deforestation, and
I
population.
think it's polluted rivers, isn't it? Is it polluted or populated? I think it's polluted. They're polluted, not populated. All right.
Polluted.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Populated with pollution.
Well, populated
go.
or polluted? Yeah.
Rivers.
Very good. All right, give me 5, buddy. All right.
go.
Oh, so
There we
there
go.
goes the hand again. All right, go ahead.
Thank you. Deforestation and population growth. The largest reservoir system serving Sao Paulo is near depletion. Many
They drink
residents
too much, huh?
are already enduring sporadic water cutoffs, some going days without it. Officials say that drastic rationing may be needed, with water service provided only 2 days a week.
Well, hard to get a shower with that, huh?
Yeah.
You know? Jeez, you have to go out when it's raining.
Behind closed doors, the views are grimmer. An evening recorded secretly and linked to the local news media. Paulo Massato, a senior official at Sao Paulo's water utility, said that residents might have to be warned to flee because there is not enough water. There will be water to bathe to clean homes.
Wait a minute. I think we ought to buy a deodorant, corner it, and sell it.
There we go.
All right.
Hey.
Nice
all
job.
Thanks,
all right.
everybody.
All right. You see, and you're checking to read anything.
He's my assistant. I need
Yes,
him
and
back
there's
in the...
Mr.
Here we go.
McGuire. Thank you. Very
Bye,
good, Joe. All right,
everybody.
Joe.
Bye, everybody.
Don't run away with the sheet, Joe.
Nice
Don't,
meeting you.
hey,
Take
Joe,
care.
hold it. Don't run away with it. That's fine. Thank you very much. Give Joe a hand. All right. Okay. All right. You want to? Tough for you. You want to follow that act? Where are we here? For some in this traffic-choked mega city of futuristic who wrote the skyscrapers, gated I like jaded communities more.
That works too.
And sprawling slums, the slow-burning crisis has already meant no running water for days on end. Yeah, I can verify that. Okay. Imagine going 3 days without any water and trying to run a business in a basic sanitary way. I don't, said Maria de Fatima Ribeiro, 51, who owns a bar in Park Alexandra, a gritty neighborhood on the edge of Sao Paulo's metropolitan area. Watch the clock for me. This is Brazil, where human beings are treated worse than dogs by our own politicians. All right.
Going somewhere?
I can't read and do that. You say something?
No,
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 okay,
you're
good.
reading.
Some residents have begun drilling their own wells around homes and apartment buildings and cutting into water pipes. Now, or hoarding water in
what you gotta
buckets
do.
to wash clothes or flush toilets. Public schools are prohibiting students from using water to brush their teeth. Oh, great. Mouthwash.
Yeah.
All right. And changing their lunch menus to serve sandwiches instead of meals on plates that need to be washed. Officials are promising ambitious solutions. Sounds like here, doesn't it?
Ambitious solutions.
I remember her. Like new reservoirs. But they are a long way off, and many people in this vast metropolitan region of 20 million are frightened by forecasts that Brazil's Natural Disaster Monitoring Service at Sao Paulo main reservoir system could run dry in 2015, which I believe is this year. Not good, huh?
Yeah,
Fortunately for them, it's summer now. Then they're going to winter like it matters in Sao Paulo, huh?
right.
All right.
What does it drop, 10 degrees?
10th of a degree. Experts say there's too many experts. Experts say the origins of the crisis go beyond the recent drought to include an array of Interconnected factors. I remember her too. You remember her?
No, I don't.
Knock it off. So where are we going to dinner tonight? Oh, we're not going. The city's surging population.
I don't think we can say that on TV.
Growth in the 20th century, a chronically leaky system and spills vast amounts of water before it can reach. This is great. This sounds like us. Notorious pollution in the something rivers traversing the city. Oh, this is great. Their aroma can include nausea and passers-by. This is great. Jeez, and they complain about the Charles, huh? And the destruction of surrounding forests and wetlands that have historically soaked up rain and released it into reservoirs. My God, this is exciting. Miami not the book passage. All right. Experts say the origin of the crisis could be... I read that. Deforestation, the Amazon River basin. You've been there, right?
No, I haven't.
Wake up, please.
2 minute warning.
2 minute warning. Hundreds of miles away may also be adding to São Paulo's water crisis. Cutting the forest reduces its capacity to release humidity into the air. I'll buy that.
There you go.
Diminishing rainfall in southeast Brazil, according to a recent study by one of the country's leading climate scientists. What, Alka? I don't know.
Well, it sounds like both those problems have come about by a lot of man-made.
You are correct, oh great one. Officials
Man-made.
also what?
Man-made.
That's right.
Yeah.
How about woman-made? You mean man in the great sense of
Man in the great
Absolutely,
sense.
sir.
Yes, okay. Officials also point to global warming, of course, you know. Climate change has arrived to stay. Geraldo Rivera, no, whatever. The governor of Sao Paulo state said this month, when it rains too much, and when there's drought, it's way too dry. You can't argue with that, you know.
It rains too much.
It rains too much. All right, so
1
make
minute
up.
warning.
What?
1 minute.
1 minute left in the period. 1 minute. All right, I'm gonna thank Chip Barrett. Chip, may I shake your hand?
Thank you for inviting me today.
Oh my God!
Sorry
now
about
it's
that.
numb again. All right, I want to thank you for being here. You want to book in next year already?
Book me next year, March. Yeah, it'll be fine.
He'll have his people call your people.
My name's not March though.
Oh.
You mean in March?
Talk with my agent.
And
We'll see
Vanessa,
if it-
would you say hello to Vanessa?
I will say hi to Vanessa.
You tell her
yes.
that my name is Peter Paul and Mary. all right?
problem.
Yeah.
Thank you. And
She
Niki,
said you were a good patient.
I was. I didn't bother anybody. They kept asking me, "Can we get you something?" I said, "No."
See?
Oh, I don't have to. Why don't I bother? The only time I hit the buzzer was when I accidentally hit it. All right. And Nikki, you have anything to say? Nikki will not be here next time, and she'll be going on vacation for a while. All right.
Yes.
I want to thank Joe for reading. It's Joe, isn't it?
Yes.
Thank you, Joe, for reading. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Wave. All right. Let's applaud because nobody
Bye.
else will. All right. Hey.
Take care.
Thank you. All right. Hey. Where's the music? Are we still on? Okay. Roll tape. Are we? Don't anybody say anything. Are we on or not?